And we are back here in women's semifinal action, day 3 of the 2023 Collegiate National Table Tennis Championships. In semifinal number 2, it's Jin Ding of Texas Wesleyan versus Sophie Wu of MIT. Sophie Wu, the 16 seed, making it all the way to the semifinal. I know a lot of people are curious as to how that happened, so we're going to take a quick recap into Sophie's run to the semifinal event. So far, she came out of the open play and she defeated Sofia Skapanovic, Texas Wesleyan, 12-10, 12-10, 11-2. She then went on to defeat Emily Lin of Cornell. She pulled where Wen-Shu Chu of Carnegie Mellon actually got the walkover default as the 3rd seed. Rachel Sung ended up having the default. She had been dealing with some shoulder issues here. So that's where it got a little interesting, where you had the 27th seed versus the 16th seed. Sophie Wu ended up defeating Wen-Shin Chu of Carnegie Mellon. She then went on to she's now into this women's semifinal against Jin Ding of Texas Wesleyan. So congratulations to Sophie Wu for advancing to the semis, as well as the other semifinal is going to be number 1 seed of UCLA, Amy Wong versus Jiaqi Lin of Texas Wesleyan. So Texas Wesleyan's top 2 singles players are on opposite sides of the draw in the semis, and we'll see who advances out of this. Obviously, we've seen Sophie Wu play before. She's somewhat of a modern-day defender. She's definitely going to chop, play somewhat passive. She can hit a big forehand when she sees her opportunity. Obviously, we've seen a lot of Jin Ding this weekend. We've seen a lot of her today. She plays just a very controlled and smooth game, able to initiate offense when necessary, but she will establish points on the forehand side, quickly driving the ball off the bounce. She knows how to really put pressure on her opponent off the backhand side, as she's also punching off of there as well. So again, congratulations to all of these ladies for making it to the semifinal. Jin Ding of Texas Wesleyan, Sophie Wu of MIT, Jiaqi Lin of Texas Wesleyan, and Amy Wong of UCLA, all in the women's semifinal.
And these people so dedicated, they're still here, volunteer. Give them a round of applause.
The umpires called time. Sophia Wu to serve. And again, this is going to be a little bit slower pace, as Sophie Wu is a defender. She's going to try and impose her will with that slower style of play. She's going to have to really move the ball around. She's not going to be able to get away with as many free points by hanging it up across the middle as she has in some of her earlier rounds, because Jin Ding is just so experienced, and the fact that she's not imparting as much topspin. She's really going to flatten out that ball, and that's where the choppers have a tendency to have a little bit more of a challenge versus someone who's looping heavy spins off of either side. And you've seen there, that's back-to-back forehands that Jin Ding deposited. It's out wide. She's going to definitely attack flat forehands to the backhand side. A nice controlled backhand roll with the medium pips to roll that ball out. Again, what you're seeing is a display of patience and control from Jing. She knows ultimately that Sophie Wu is not really going to try to attack. If Sophie Wu does do any attacking, it is typically counter-attacking out the forehand side. But again, she wants to stay in there and kind of push through the ball. But again, that style ultimately doesn't really pose much of a threat to Jing. Whoever's in Sophie Wu's corner as our coach might try to tell her that she's going to have to speed it up a little bit and see if she can get any of the forehand-to-forehand exchange and get lucky on some of her own offense. And there you have it. Jane Ding takes game number 1, 11-1. And out on table number 1, Jiaqi Lin has a nice lead in game number 1, 8-3 over Amy Wong. Just a really steady point there from these ladies. Just not wanting to give either one too much to really deal with, so we're going to see a lot of pushing, some heavy underspins, sometimes trying to deaden off the ball to see at some point will that ball come up off of the long pips of Sophie Wu. Sophie Wu again trying to establish some offense there into the point. Again, it's just not enough to really rattle Jing Ding. She's going to have to put much more on those forehands if she expects to get Jing Ding off the table. Jing Ding just so solid and so poised there up against the table on either side. And again, really challenging for Sophie Wu as she's used to sometimes getting some free points from that. Nice adjustment there, step around, seeing her opening for a forehand. And again, Jing Ding just really controlling that chop very well. And there, Jing Ding closes out game number 2, 11-3. It's a tightly contested one over on table number 1. Amy Wong does lead 4-3 in game number 2, but she does trail by 1, and she lost the opening game. So it's a great start there from Jia Chi Lin of Texas Wesleyan. Sophie Wu gets a little touchy net ball there. 2-1 Jing Ding in game number 3. Again, just such a tough serve there from Jing Ding. Sophie Wu struggling to return it on that forehand side as she has to open up the paddle a little bit, and that's more of the smooth side for her where the spin just really took over. Jin Ding just really not being phased a whole lot here in this third game. And as you notice there, Sophie Wu not having enough lift on it. Her natural stroke on the forehand side is more so of a flat stroke than it is a loop. So while she is a modern day defender, it's not so much looping, it's more counter blocking, counter smashing off the forehand side. And there again, seeing a great example of it. While she went for her forehand, she had to quickly recover because it just wasn't enough to push it and Ding off the table. And there you have it, folks. Sorry, this is, again, the semifinals is best of 7. So one more game for Jin Ding to close this out. She has won games 1 through 3, 11-1, 11-3, 11-2. They're definitely pacing themselves in a battle over there on table number 1. Amy Wong leads 10-8 in game number 2. Jia Qi Lin took game number 1, and there you have it. Amy Wong takes game number 2. We're going to take a quick moment to thank some of our sponsors. City of Round Rock and Round Rock Sports Center, Major League Table Tennis, NCTTA, DHS, Pong Space, and all of the wonderful volunteers and staff that are here with us this weekend to make this great event possible. We could not do it without those lovely people, and so happy to have them here with us. Again, this is day 3 of the 2023 Collegiate National Table Tennis Championships. Notice there at some point in this point that Sophie Wu is actually twiddled a little bit, so that's kind of interesting as she chops, tries to do a variation of chops from different sides of the rubber, but still giving you or presenting that backhand chop. And there she was able to construct the point that ultimately got her here to the semifinal. Heavy chop, ball gets up at some point and she deposits a flat forehand down the line. And Jin Ding is quickly noticing that twiddle. She's able to see when Sophie Wu opens it up, and the right side is the slower of the two sides for Sophie Wu. So ultimately, when the pips hit that ball, if it's not a really spinny ball, and sometimes it has a tendency to float up a little higher, and that's where Jin Ding is able to just step in and hit big forehands. Yeah, and Sophie Wu really did try to impart some heavy spin there. She was able to get some extension on that backhand chop, but still just not enough to disturb Jinding. And Jinding opens up with a strong backhand punch up the line, and then she follows it back up with a strong backhand punch cross court. She now has match point 10-5. And there you have it, folks. Jinding of Texas Wesleyan is your first finalist into the women's finals round. She defeats Sophie Wu of MIT 11-1, 11-3, 11-2, 11-5 in the fourth. The other women's semifinal is knotted at one game, all 5-5 in the third. If you're just tuning in, please head over, check out the action on table number one. We will be coming back here shortly with the men's semifinal. It's going to be the number 2 seed, Nikhil Kumar of California, versus the number 4 seed, Nathan Shu of UPenn.
court 1, we have umpire Richard Martin. From USC, Kai John. From NYU, Jeremy Hazen. Assistant umpire, Bill Engelbrecht. On court 2, we have umpire Jorge Venegas. From California, Nikhil Kumar. From Penn State, Nathan Shu. Assistant umpire, Conrad Song. Shake hands and get started. Our service judges are Asif, James, Felipe, and me. A reminder, these are best of 7. After this match, we have the women's final. Den Zhong versus Amy Wong.
And here we are, folks. What we've been leading up to the entire day. Day 3, the finale of the 2023 Collegiate National Table Tennis Championships. It is men's semifinal number 2. Nikhil Kumar of California versus Nathan Shu of UPenn. Let's take a quick look on these gentlemen's path of how they're able to get to the semifinal. Nikhil Kumar, obviously as the number 2 seed, had a bye in the first round. He went on to defeat Jifeng Chen of Brooklyn College. He then had a good match against Michael Wolski of Northwestern. And in his quarterfinal matchup, he defeated David Lin of UBC. On the opposite end, Nathan Shu's road to the semifinal. He was had a bye, obviously, in the first round as the 4 seed. Had a pretty good match against Jonathan Lai of Texas. Went on to defeat Edison Wong of UBC. And in his quarterfinal matchup, he defeated Joshua Mack of UNT 11-6, 11-5, 11-2 to set up this highly anticipated men's singles semifinal. I'm Joe Wells. Alongside me is Matt Hetherington. Matt, you've had a busy day out on table number 1. I know that you've been looking forward to this. I mean, it basically is exactly what it looked like it was going to be on paper. Go ahead and tell the people a little bit what we're expecting, given the fact that we talked a lot yesterday about Nikhil Kumar's feel, some really good touch, his creativity around the court.
Yeah, I mean, these two have played before, but quite a long time ago, back in their early hopes and young cadet days. Obviously, we have 2 really great semi-final matches here in the men's singles on both tables. Got a bit more skin in the game on this table, so I've moved over here. Obviously, I've known Nikhil for a long time, since he was very young, and Nathan being from New Zealand. So I've taken a keen interest in being in the commentary booth for his matches during this tournament.
And if we could, just by chance, how many people do you think we have from New Zealand watching live, given the fact that it is 3 a.m. there?
I'd be watching if I was there, right? But I'm here, so at least we have one. I'm here.
Well,
I'm watching the stream in a roundabout way. Yeah, we'll see. I put it out on Facebook, and we'll see. I know there were some people watching the men's doubles final when Nathan was playing that. So, yeah, there's a keen interest in the New Zealand table tennis community to see how he's doing level-wise here in the US. He is New Zealand's top table tennis player and one of the best domestically produced players that New Zealand have had in decades. So, a very followed player.
Well, it's exciting to have him here on U.S. soil and competing in collegiate nationals. Obviously, you know, we always love to see new, fresh faces at the college ranks. It just really shows how deep the game and how far it has come over the years at the college national level. So to have someone like Nathan's caliber of player here with us is really exciting, and it means so much to college table tennis's future.
quick start here from Nathan Shu. He's handled the serve return really well from Nikhil Kumar. He's a player who will move around the court really quick, finds gaps in the table placement really fast, and has wasted absolutely no time here in getting on top of things.
Yeah, do you think that Nathan's speed and how well he plays is going to be a factor in Nathan's timing Nikhil's timing of how sometimes he's able to really control the point and be creative with placement of the ball?
Yeah, definitely, and I would say it's probably Nathan's goal here is, you know, Nikhil will come out and he'll try and disrupt the timing. He'll try and slow the ball down, and you can see Nathan is getting in really quick, wants to speed things up very quickly and very early in the point. Nikhil Kumar gets himself on the board.
And we're probably going to have to see a little bit more of that from Nikhil in this match if he wants to keep it close.
Yeah, that slow pace not really working now. Kumar, great serve return there.
And Nathan very smart, taking his time in between the points. No need to rush. These are best of sevens.
Quick over the table on the first ball. This time, Kumar adapting, getting his own counter-attack in.
Yeah, and that was a great transition there from Nikhil Kumar as he was able to drop the ball short but then transition back into offense.
So a little run of points here from Nikhil, current US national champion and Olympian. He's got a lot of accolades to his name. So it's always great in this college environment to have two players respectively in the top of their countries playing together. Same deal over there on the other table. You have Canadian national champion Jeremy Hazen. So out of the 4 semi-finalists on the men's, 3 national champions from different countries.
Yeah, and that's a great point. Absolutely amazing, and glad to see that Nikhil was able to get him back into this first game as Nathan got off to a really hot start, but Nikhil has settled in here into game number 1, still trailing 5-7.
And Nathan Shu putting in the work back from the table. Thought Nikhil would have that one under control. And the difficulty of that shallow, slower, slightly higher ball return from Nikhil is that when Nathan steps in, he'll hit the ball quick, but he'll hit it anywhere on the table. So
Yeah, his recovery to be able to move forward is just so impressive.
So 5 game points for Nathan Shu. And that chop block from Nikhil, one of his favored shots, will definitely unsettling to deal with in a point.
Just a really impressive point there. Nikhil follows up the point with another chop block, this time from the forehand side. Great recovery for Nathan Shu. He was able to get back in it, but I like Nikhil's ability to transition from chop block and passive straight into offense.
And again, big step in, quick forehand loop, not leaving Nikhil much time to figure out where the ball's going. Pretty impressive start from Nathan. He's back to the bench with teammate Van Hoot. Nikhil has NYU's Mudit Danny on the bench. So be interesting to see what kind of advice they get. But I think the biggest factor in this first game was Nathan's speed. He really set the pace. But also he was very comfortable dealing with some of the less orthodox plays by Nikhil. Some of those drops and, you know, switching from topspin to a chop block or trying to disrupt the rhythm. It's a play style that throws a lot of players off. And if you were watching yesterday in the team event, Nikhil playing against Eduardo Tomoiki, the Japanese pen holder, Nikhil was like one of the most flawless performances. But so far, Nathan Shu not looking too phased, and possibly one of the few players in this hall that doesn't seem to be too uncomfortable playing against Nikhil's style.
Getting some instructions there from the umpire's side of things, but there you have it. Nathan Shu strikes first as he leads 1-0 in this men's semifinal number 2. Nikhil Kumar to serve. They split in the open. It's 1-1. Just a great recovery backhand down the line there from Nathan Shu as he deposited just on the line.
And again, up on the table straight away.
And Nikhil's doing a really good job of recognizing that when he plays the short ball, because Nathan is so fast, that he is stepping off the table and readying and recovering. He was ready for that shot. He just didn't, you know, fully execute. But it wasn't too far out of the comfort realm of what he would do playing the short ball and then stepping off ready for the counter with the backhand.
Looks like Nikhil was trying to pressure his rubber down a little, wondering whether he might have some loss of tension. Certainly not having an easy time out there so far.
There you go. Nathan gives one back. Still leads 4-2 in game number 2.
And again, Kumar in position there. He's ready for that ball down the line, but seems to be having some issues getting the ball to carry.
And there, Nathan showing a little bit of a touch of his own. Kumar carries that forehand flip just long. He now trails 2-6. Serve to Kumar.
Kumar really struggling to connect his shots here.
I think the other thing is kudos or hats off to Nathan Shu for being able to handle such an explosive backhand punch out wide. A lot of those balls haven't been coming back for Nikhil this weekend, but in this semifinal, it's a different story.
You can see another example there again, a ball that's usually pretty difficult for a lot of players, and Nathan not having too much trouble. Big swing, but so far we've seen him really struggling with the contact and connection with his shots. Certainly the first time we've seen Nikhil in a position like this.
Is it a possibility that when he knows that he's getting from his short or his unorthodox shot, it's going to come back, he's going for his next cut? Is he going for a little bit too much? Sometimes we have a tendency to overhit.
I don't know. I feel like his unforced errors have kind of, he's been in position and his racket position's been okay. He almost seems like he's not really able to figure out what's going on.
Able to get one back there. Unfortunately, he still trails 4-10 in game number 2, but keep in mind, and we've said this many, many times before, we've seen matches where someone gets themselves in a hole and they're down 2 games to love. This semifinal is going best of 7, so there's definitely time for Nikhil to get back into this match.
He's going to have to try and do it from an even larger deficit now. Nathan Shu capitalizing on his first game win to take the second game 11-4. It's been a little bit of one-way traffic here. Nathan Shu is really maintaining the pace, getting in with the forehand very quick and very, very good placement. And Nikhil, this game really struggled, and you could see him a couple of times kind of wondering if his rubber was a little bit loose or soft, or he'd lost some tension. There were a couple of occasions when he moved across to the backhand, his position was good, racket position was okay, and these are shots he would typically expect to make on the table, but a number of unforced errors, very uncharacteristic for a player like Nikhil. So he's got some problem solving to do here. And time is running out. But start of a new game. It's best of 7, so as you said, still a ways to go here in this match. And yeah, Nikhil's got a lot of experience. And
yeah, folks, absolutely. Nathan Shu of UPenn has the national champion on the ropes, Nikhil Kumar. But again, there's still a lot of time, a lot of table tennis left today. And I was curious whether or not he was going to make that adjustment coming out of the game break where he normally would have opened up with some type of push or block. This time he takes a forehand, right, to prevent Nathan from stepping forward into this point.
he's really struggling. Half-long serve there. fast and over the table. The longer these rallies go on, the more likely it would probably be for Nikhil to start weaving some more difficult combinations of shots. And he's pushing heavier, wider. He needs to shut down that first kind of opening salvo from Nathan, that first quick forehand. Not give him as many placement options, slow him down a little bit.
Nathan's just really done a great job of anticipating the short ball. He's moving into the table so well. So far, it's just he's shown that he hasn't had to really give up a lot of his court position at all. Nikhil hasn't pushed him off the table very much.
And again, you can see even the combination of an attacking stroke and then a chop block. Nathan Shu's still fairly calm in his approach to handling those. Difficult. I mean, there are honestly really not many players in the world, especially at the international level, who have this similar playing style. You know, facing a forehand loop winner and then the next ball is a half-long chop block is very uncommon. So can be very unsettling.
You see some of that type of creativity from Gozi of France. Sometimes he'll play a chop block and a little side spins, and then he wants to open up on the backhand side, but he's a very big backhand.
Speaking of big backhands, this one for you right there. So looks like Kumar has figured some things out here. He's found a strategy that's going to work for him. Going for the attack on the forehand there.
And yeah, it really does look like he's just trying to give Nathan Shu less time. I think in the first two games, Nathan Shu really did feel like he had all the time in the world playing over the table, and that was definitely to his advantage. It put Kumar on his heels a lot, having to know that he has to recover and step back and get ready for the onslaught of attack that's coming.
Chop block's not going to hack it for Nikhil Kumar.
Thank you. Could you please be moving faster? 5-8.
Nice mix of shots there from Nikhil Kumar. Umpired there just earlier, asking Nathan to remove the free arm a little faster on the serve.
Well, it is interesting that that was called. It was issued as a warning. They did not take a point away.
Interesting choice of shot there from Nikhil. Still has 4 game points in hand here. Goes long and fast, but Nikhil slowing it right back down. We saw this with the Eduardo match yesterday. Eduardo was serving long and fast, trying to speed up, trying to set a faster pace. This is something that worked for Nathan really well in the first game into the start of the second game. Setting a fast pace was making Nikhil uncomfortable, but Nikhil does a brilliant job of slowing down long, fast serves, returning them with chop blocks or kind of inside-out fade backhands, anything that will help take the pace off. And difficult if you're expecting. Most players generally expect if they serve long and fast, the ball's going to come back at an equal or greater pace, but with Nikhil, quite the opposite.
Is there a chance that he steps away from that if if he feels like, hey, it's just really not getting me anywhere? Only using it on like some very selective moments versus it being at some point a part of the rally.
Honestly, I don't think so. I think it's a very integral part of his game. And especially in a match like this, he's literally battling against speed. And slowing it down is an imperative part of his strategy. Yeah, I mean, that kind of shot is just very difficult. It doesn't come from any textbook, I can tell you that. You know, especially a lot of players when they pop up a short ball and it's a little high, instinctively you back off. You expect the person's going to attack. Nathan Shu really holding his own, showing some confidence against those chop blocks. And he's not hitting them soft. It's not confidence like I can get the ball back on the table. He's really hitting through them.
Yeah, just generating some really good racket head speed to overcome whether or not that chop block ends up dead or with some type of heavy spin.
Quick hands from Nikhil. That's really a shot that Nathan needed to go forward more on. Or out of position.
And definitely some momentum building up here for Nikhil Kumar in game number 4. He leads 4-2.
You can see Nathan working that short ball first and then pushing the angle across. This is one area where Nikhil's not quite as strong. Backhand loop opening tends to kind of just roll slowly through the contact. Doesn't hit too many big backhand third ball attacks. Carries the ball out way wide for killing it down the line.
Yeah, unlike what we saw earlier in the women's semifinal, Amy Wong just looks like she's able to take that backhand at any time she wants. And just like that, Nathan Shu finds himself back into this 4th game. Still trails 4-5. Just erasing that lead that Kumar had here. Kumar to serve.
This is definitely a key strategy with Nathan. If he's not able to get in quick with the fast attacks, he's got to try and direct the ball down the line to the backhand as much as he can. Really apply the pressure there. And he's just going to keep that down the line. And not giving Nikhil too much pace either.
And just a really strategic point there is neither athlete wanting to give up the ball down the line and allow anyone to hit a forehand.
It's definitely not going to come back. So neck and neck here in this fourth.
6-6.
Kumar trying to get that ball back across. And Shu, great job of redirecting the ball to the backhand. Creates an opportunity.
Just great reflexes from Kumar. Shu not able to get in behind that last ball fast enough.
And you can really see how the patterns have changed, and Nikhil's formulated a strategy that takes away what Nathan's biggest strength was in the first half of this match. Leaves his whole backhand side open. Risky play, but successful one.
Nikhil with a 2-point lead. Serve on his side. He still trails 1-2 here in game number 4. Semifinal number 2 of this men's singles championship.
He's finding some placements on the table there that are working really well for him.
Oh, wow.
Both players taking their time coming out of the towel break.
Nathan Shu's not done yet. Does not want to give this fourth game up. That is quite possibly the best point we've seen
All day.
in the tournament.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything better yet, and no less on a game point for Nikhil Kumar. Both players really finding their measure in that point. Nikhil Kumar did a great job of changing the pace throughout, especially when he was a little out of position or a little out of time. slowed things down, maintained control.
Yeah,
So-
just a really smart point from Kumar there. Like you said, there was a transition at one point from offense to defense, and what looked like he was out of it was really him just controlling the point. If you're just joining us, you are watching day 3 of the 2023 Collegiate National Table Tennis Championships. This has been semifinals number 2, Nikhil Kumar of California versus Nathan Shu of UPenn. We'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors, the City of Round Rock Sports Center, DHS, Pong Space, Major League Table Tennis, NCTTA and all of its staff and wonderful volunteers here this weekend to make it possible for these student athletes to have an amazing event. Thank you all for tuning in with us. Once again, I'm Joe Wells. Alongside me is Matt Hetherington. We're headed into game number 5 of semifinal number 2. Just a really interesting shot selection there. Nikhil played a very smart short ball, but he followed it up with another chop block that got away from him. Nathan Shu was able to move into the court pretty quickly to put that forehand away. Very, very steady point there from Kumar. Takes a backhand, drives it out wide. Too far for Nathan Shu to really get a full swing on it. And Matt, it looks like we have a pretty much a brand new match here. It's almost like starting at 0 as both athletes are knotted at 2 games apiece.
I think with the information that both players have gathered on each other, I would say at this stage Nikhil probably has a slight tactical advantage. But Nathan Shu is a player that really fights for every point. And he's looking for ways where he can speed things up again, but you can definitely see that he has been slowed down. So it's almost like a barricade's been put in his way. That is a very, very risky placement, but would have been pretty impressive if he'd pulled that off.
Yeah, just a really tough angle to try and find. But it's still really early here in game number 4. 2 points ago we saw Nathan Shu game number 5. Nathan Shu displaying a little bit of his own touch in the point.
And see, there's an area where Nikhil's going to struggle a little more. That quick, deep push to the backhand. He tends to take the ball early and kind of just almost bump the contact a little. So a couple of points in a row there against the serve of Nikhil. Certainly in these pressure situations, winning points on receive is a really big deal.
And lucky edge the ball there for Nathan Shu. Nikhil apologizes.
And the luck comes back. Everything balances out.
It's very rare that you feel like a ball with that much velocity on it is able just to dribble over as it did.
Easy point there for Nikhil. Some most vocal we've seen either player so far.
And we're seeing there from Nikhil Kumar's corner, Mudit Dania's coach, signaling to him that he needs to finish that forehand, put a little bit, finish that backhand, put a little bit more on it. He noticed that there just wasn't enough racket head speed to overcome what was on that ball.
That 7-5.
This time it's Nathan Shu who's forced to make a more defensive play. That ball's actually gone completely out of this finals table 1 and 2 court space.
Once the ball leaves the playing area, it has to be inspected to make sure that it is the original ball that was played in the game and that there's no debris on it.
Going for that surprise long fast serve. Doesn't catch Nikhil out, but did manage to set up an opportunity to follow up with the forehand. That was just slightly out of position. Don't know if he expected it to come back down the line so quickly.
That 7-7.
And this time it's Nikhil who's driving the ball down the line.
Yeah, we saw some very similar tactics in game number 4 as he was really trying to pin Nathan in on the backhand side and not giving him a chance to step around and hit that really big forehand.
There's the deep fast push to the backhand. I really feel like Nathan's kind of underutilized that strategy. He's been playing a lot cross to the forehand, especially on the serve. Those deep, more angle pushes or into the elbow. He's got to capitalize on that ball. This is exactly the type of play he needs to make. That slower, kind of rolling backhand loop. Doesn't have too much depth on the table, so you know, we saw in the first game that Nathan was able to step into the ball and really apply his body weight. He can mimic that situation just in a different way.
On the soft top spin ball,
Yep.
yep.
And you can see there, even, you know, doesn't have to be too much risk, but he can just press the ball forward.
And unfortunately, Kumar really missed his opening on that backhand. He got a pretty straightforward ball that was mid-distance, mid-height, but he carried it just a little long. It's almost like he was surprised he got a ball that sat up that high. Here we have it in game number 5. Nathan Shu of UPenn leads Nikhil Kumar 10-8. Kumar to serve.
And he'll flick that for a winner to take a 3-2 advantage in this best of 7 men's singles semifinal.
And the beautiful thing about that game, Matt, is that neither player bent. I mean, they just went back and forth, jockeying back and forth with points. At one point, it was 8-all. Really, really tight game there in game number 5. Out on table number 1. Number 1 seed Kai Zhang is trailing in the 6th game there. Looks like 5-3 to Jeremy Hazen, but he does lead 3-2 in the match.
Definitely pretty clear in these semifinals that we've ended up with the best of the best here from the singles competition. The top 4 seeds reaching this stage as expected. And who knows from here on out? It's anybody's guess which two players will make the final.
Yeah, some really tightly contested matches here on tables 1 and table 2.
2 games to 3. Mark to serve. 0-0.
So the pressure really now is on Nikhil Kumar, who trails 2 games to 3.
Sorry. 1-0.
Nathan Shu going for that backhand angle again.
And it's a tough angle to find, but it was the right idea. I mean, if he wants to start getting the points sped up a little bit, so trying to pin Kumar right into the backhand side. Carried that banana flip just a little long.
Kumar adding a little bit more pace to the backhand opening. He's recognizing if he plays too soft, he'll be at risk of getting countered, but fails in his attempt to throw the pace off on the next ball. There's the forehand counter.
Kumar able to find his little offense of his own on the forehand side. He leads 3-1 here in game number 6.
Turns the net, both players going for some slightly unorthodox retrieving there.
Just a really good display of touch from both players.
The placement was definitely there. Just slightly off that wide edge.
1-5.
Shu switches to that slightly more no spin backhand serve. Kumar not phased,
1-6.
doesn't hesitate at all. And same again.
Just a great reactionary backhand block there, open court by Nikhil Kumar. Gives himself a nice cushion here in game number 6. 7-1, Kumar to serve.
He's on a bit of a roll here in this game. Certainly not how Nathan Shu would have liked this set to go.
Sorry.
And he's giving Nikhil plenty of room to build confidence here.
And unfortunately, this game score really doesn't paint the picture of this match, as all of the games have been really tight since the opening point. Semifinal number 1 is complete. Number 1 seed Kai Zhang of USC defeats the co-ed champion Jeremy Hazen of NYU 11-7 in the 6th. The winner of this match will go on to play Kai in the finals.
Last point, you see Nathan going for that double reverse serve, and Nikhil Kumar denying it to win 11-1.
Nikhil versus Nathan. After this, we will have the finals of the women on table 1, best of 7. Amy Wong versus Jen Dong.
So back here for the 7th, a befitting place to be for two of the best players here in this competition. And wasting no time here. Nikhil showing his range while he's capable of disrupting and slowing the ball down. He also can be a very formidable attacking player if he's allowed to be.
And a great job there by Nathan controlling the spin. Giving Nikhil a really heavy topspin off the forehand side. Nikhil pushes that ball long. And it looks like they're exchanging big forehands there. Advantage Nathan Shu, U pin.
Set. 1, 2.
The deep push to the backhand works well. Nathan Shu
3, 1.
takes the early advantage here in the 7th game. One of these players will face Jung Kai in the final. He's been a men's singles champion here before. For either of these players, it will be an opportunity for the first time. And that is just such a difficult pace change to deal with.
Just a beautifully constructed point there from Nikhil Kumar. His ability not only to feel the ball, but also to just control the ball at the different places of the table. Really felt like he almost had Nathan on a shoestring there.
And Nathan Shu's putting in the work. It's a lot of work, but it's work that will be very worth it. Each point from here is
2, 4.
very valuable. Nathan Shu just keeping up a sustained high level of attacking.
Yeah. Great backhand out wide by Nikhil Kumar.
3, 4.
Man, a lucky break. Lucky break from Nikhil. This makes a huge difference if Nikhil, if Nathan could have kept even a 1-point lead, just to have that knowledge of being in the lead. It puts a lot of pressure on Nikhil. And catches the back edge.
And I've said it all day today that I hate getting to this stage of the championships and some of these matches being decided by a net or an edge. We saw it earlier with Jerbin. He was in the deuce.
15-13 in the 5th.
15-13 in the 5th.
Yeah.
And he received that from Lucas Ito of Texas Wesleyan.
Net. 4, 5.
So the players have changed ends here in the 7th. Kumar with 1 point. And that just grazes the edge as well, but Nathan wasn't there.
Well, it clipped the edge, but it was a beautifully placed ball. I mean, it was sharp out wide forehand push.
Time out.
And there's a timeout called now. Nikhil Kumar leads 6-4 in the 7th and deciding game of men's semifinal number 2. The number 1 seed, Kai Zhang of USC, has punched his ticket to the men's final. He has won this championships once before, representing Binghamton College. He's looking to get his 2nd championship under his belt. If you are just joining us, again, this is the men's singles semifinal number 2 on day 3 of the 2023 Collegiate National Table Tennis Championships. I'm Joe Wells. Alongside me is Matt Hetherington. We'd like to take this quick moment to thank our sponsors, Round Rock Sports Center, DHS, Major League Table Tennis, Pong Space, NCTTA, and all of its staff and wonderful volunteers for putting on a great event. Players are coming out of their timeout here shortly. Nikhil Kumar of UC Berkeley versus Nathan Shu of UPenn. Kumar leads 6-4 in deciding game 7.
Back from the timeout, Nikhil takes the first point. And nobody was home, and Nikhil's frozen in position like a statue. I don't think anybody knew that that ball was going to go there, Nathan included.
Just an amazing point by these athletes. I mean, just so impressive, just the back and forth, the ability to redirect the ball, the speed that was on the ball, and then Kumar finishing it with an open court forehand.
Topspin hook serve, but Nikhil comes in with a push. He's has a very, very good feel for, even if there's a little bit of topspin kick, just early timing, heavy contact. And that's a set play there from Nikhil. He knows how that ball's coming back. 6 match points for Nikhil Kumar to go through to the final. And he'll take it on the first chance. What a match. Really, really great play from both players, and a solid challenge from Nathan Shu on his first appearance here at the Nationals. And I think between him and his partner, doubles partner Van Hu, great to, they're really deep into the draw in the singles and the men's doubles. Great to see UPenn in the mix as one of the schools contending these gold medals here. But Nikhil Kumar's experience, especially showing in the 6th game with that 11-1 scoreline, and he comes through here, national champion of the United States and US Olympian. He's got a lot of experience. He was the runner-up last year here in Round Rock. He is going to have another chance at taking away that gold medal when he faces Zhang Kai in the men's singles final.
Yeah, folks, we're going to take a quick break here and get ready for the women's championship final on table number 1. You have a little bit of time to take a bathroom break, get your favorite snack. We will be rejoining you shortly. I think Matt's going to jump over on table number 1, possibly hang out with Roger for a bit, but thanks for tuning in. You're watching the 2023 Collegiate National Table Tennis Championships.